Today on the Relationship Renovation podcast, we have our first ever couples on the hot seat. We have Leanne and Aaron coming in.
If something bothered me or I was upset or whatever, I would come and I would say, hey, this is my problem, but I need you to know about it.
Would you say like your couple's superpower is?
We don't leave things unsaid. You know, the more you have the conversation, the easier it is.
We revel in the blossoming of our love.
Oh, wait, this is being recorded?
So please stay tuned. I know you're going to get a lot out of it. I know you're going to love getting to know Leanne and Aaron.
He's like, oh, I always initiate. I was like, no, you don't. You just don't know when I'm initiating.
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Hello, all, and welcome to the Relationship Renovation podcast. I'm Tarah Kerwin.
And my name is EJ Kerwin.
And we're so excited for today.
Yeah, we're excited. One of the missions we sort of had going into this year was bringing on just more couples, because people like to hear from couples. We all have our lives that happen sort of behind the doors, and we don't know what happens behind each other's doors. And we're lucky enough to have two people come in today who are willing to open their doors a little bit to us.
To an episode titled Couples in the Hot Seat. They have no idea what questions are going to be throwing at them, which we think we will love. So yes, welcome, Leanne. Welcome, Aaron. Thank you so much for being our first couple in the hot seat.
Yeah. Do you guys mind just maybe just first just introducing yourselves, introducing your relationship a little bit to the audience?
I'll go.
You go.
All right. I'm Aaron, and this is Leanne. And we met in end of 2009 in a park.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's so cool.
We've been married for 12 years.
12
12
now.
years.
Yeah. Wow.
We have a 7-year-old kiddo.
Almost 8, yeah. And
Tell us about the park. What happened? How did you guys meet in the park?
We want to hear your love story.
Okay.
Well, I was here visiting. I was living in Mexico at the time, and I was doing acro yoga workshops, and I had met some friends here in Tucson, and I really fell in love with Tucson. And so we stopped by the park before my friend was taking me up to Phoenix. And Aaron was there. I
was there. I just started doing acro. So I was with the group just playing in the park and learning. And Leanne said, or I don't know who said. So she hopped on my feet.
Yeah, I flew on him, and he
on a first meeting.
First meeting. I flew on. He knows how acro goes, and he has really big feet. So it was really fun. And I remember him saying he was an aerospace engineer. And I remember thinking, oh, he's cute. But at that time in my life, I was not I was just really loving my life and being me and figuring out who I was and doing all these things. So I was like, okay, bye. And then we left. And I mean, that was it.
That was it.
That was the first time we met.
That was the first time. Yeah. So it was only I don't know, half an hour. And then.
Yeah. Do you want us to keep? You want me to tell you the whole story?
Yes,
okay.
We want to hear the love story. How that
Yeah.
second happened.
And then in January 2010 was the next workshop that she came up for.
Yeah.
And I was going to that workshop that time.
We weren't talking. We didn't know.
I was going to say, did you think of each other at all?
Not at all.
Not
at all.
Okay.
No, but we had done the first day.
It was, the first evening was a play.
And then we all went to dinner, the whole group. And I was like, oh yeah, I need a place to stay tonight. It was very
nomadic.
Yes, I was very
Couch
hippie.
surfer.
Yeah, just well, it'll work out. And Aaron was like, oh, I have an extra bedroom. You could stay here. You stay at my house. Okay, cool. And I did, and I slept in the extra bedroom. Make that clear.
Yeah.
And then I stayed the weekend. Actually, I was supposed to go with another friend for the rest of the weekend, but it was just easier.
Yeah, she just stayed, and we did the workshop, and every evening we sat in the backyard and talked about books.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yeah. But it wasn't I don't know.
No, it wasn't
there was no even flirting, I feel like. It was when I was on the airplane back home to Mexico, I was like, oh, he's cute. You know, like I was like, oh, that was different than anything I've ever done.
I know what you're saying.
Just the sitting and talking for all that time and it feeling really natural.
Yeah.
No weirdness.
When did it cross the threshold?
I was going to say, then there was the next workshop. She came in like March, and
was it March?
March or April, and then she planned to stay with me. So that was like,
oh, something might be going on.
Well, he was like, well, we emailed a couple of times throughout that time. And I was like, hey, I'm coming back. Are you going? He's like, yeah, you can stay with me. And he said, stay 2 weeks if you want. Or something to that effect.
Stay longer.
Something to that effect. And so I did. I stayed for 2 weeks and
it crossed over into a little more romantic. And
yeah. And then I moved in August.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in August she came.
Actually, no, in July I came for just to see Aaron.
Right.
That was the first time that was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Because all the other times I'd come to Tucson, there was like this pretense of like my other friends and
the acro workshops.
But in July I came just to see him. And that was...
Well, I feel like...
And then in August she came back with her truck and her dog.
Literally.
I'm moving from Mexico to Tucson. This, I feel like, kind of leads into... Because we kind of broke this couples in the hot seat into like 5 different areas. The first piece is like just getting to know you guys and your love story and how you met. And then the second piece is just like the fun zone. So I'm going to just kind of rapid fire some questions. Who said I love you first?
I think it was me.
No,
it was you.
I was just seeing if you knew.
I don't remember. No, it was you. I remember now.
You do?
Vaguely.
Can you say more?
I just remember you saying it, and I don't think I said it back quite right away. I was like,
Do you know where we were?
No.
We were at an Indian restaurant, but it's one that we don't really go to anymore. I can't remember.
But in Tucson.
Yeah.
What made you say it?
Well,
it was the saffron.
No, because we go to Saffron a lot. So that's not that way.
Like Saffron. No, Saffron. They're
it was the Saffron.
Yeah, it was the Saffron.
It was this way.
Saffron probably didn't exist then. I mean, because I loved him and I wanted to just say it. Like it was a little bit more like, can we just get this over with so that we can express our love verbally for each other?
That's always interesting. I don't think that's like an uncommon thing that one sort of bursts the bubble first.
Yeah.
I know with us, like I remember Tara's always like, you told me.
He totally did.
You loved me like the second weekend we were together.
You did, playing pool.
Did I really?
At the shanty.
How much?
Sure.
Yeah.
After a couple beers.
I was saying,
like, he said it, and it's only been 2 weeks.
It's also interesting how the whole memory thing, like definitely Tara remembers things much more than I do. Sounds like, is that a little bit of a theme with you guys, that you have a more crystal memory of a lot of stuff than Aaron does?
Probably
more, but then there's some things that I'm like, how do you not remember that? So I think it just depends on what, hits you.
Do you remember when you said I love you first?
No.
I don't.
Yeah. No. You don't remember it, but it wasn't then, right?
I don't think so.
Was it in that 2 weeks that you stayed with him? So it was in July later. When you came back.
No, because it was probably September. I don't know. Like I moved in August. I didn't really move in August. There's way more to the story. Yeah. But I mean, it kind of did.
She didn't give a drawer until like the fall, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't give her one, or she didn't take one?
She didn't. Well, it was a little bit of both. She was very content living out of her suitcase because she felt like that would be like.
I mean, because I didn't live here. And so if I was here, we were living together.
Right.
And I had also gave up my house in Mexico. So really didn't have a home.
Homeless.
But I was going back and forth to Mexico. So I was still working there. And so, I had my little like e-bags. And I was like, this is fine. Because I didn't want it to feel like we're now in this really serious relationship because now we live together. So we had to keep it. I don't know. It just felt
as
like
you did.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like
Were you ready? Were you like, come on, take that drawer, like, come on in?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't remember how it was, but I was like, hey, I got you something. I opened up the drawer.
Yeah, it was like one drawer. He like cleans like out one drawer.
Each time she came back, I think I gave her another
drawer.
Yeah. God, that is
she would
cute.
she would go back to Mexico for 4 to 6 weeks and then be back in Tucson for another few weeks and then back to Mexico because she was still working. So like every time she'd come back, I'd be like, okay.
Did it ever end up where she had all the drawers and you just had one?
No.
Okay. So next question. Who's more likely to forget an anniversary? We're still in the fun zone.
Oh. Either or neither.
Yeah.
We
don't put a huge like emphasis on it.
Okay.
So like
or if we do, it's like, hey, let's do our anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Right.
But
we're kind of the same.
Do you guys have like a anniversary of wedding and then also have in your mind of like anniversary when like we kind of became a thing? I know we kind of play with that a little bit.
Not really.
I think also because it happened so less
gradated.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a memory of the like when we said we talk about like when we think about our future, you're in it.
Mm.
And that was in the Linden house. I think it was maybe a Thanksgiving. Like you and I were sitting. No, I don't think it was the Thanksgiving. It was just you and I. But we were sitting in the brown rocker together. And we said that. But I don't know when that was.
See, and you want to get rid of that brown rocker.
You can't get rid of the brown rocker. Can I hear the story of the engagement? Was there
that wasn't the engagement. The engagement was in Mexico, in Tulum.
Yeah.
Did you know?
She proposed to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And so then I
was like, no, then do it. I think we were actually there was one day we were driving around Tucson and I was like, I don't really like this idea that like I just have to sit around and wait for you to propose. Like I think it should be something we decide together. And so then we talked about like what he was thinking his timing, what I was thinking my timing, and
but then she kind of proposed and I was like, you can't do that because now it's not us.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, let's just do it.
So you guys kind of proposed to each other in a way.
Yeah. It was like a decision.
Yeah. It was
less of a, I mean, we did like make some pictures and stuff. Like we set the camera.
Little selfies of the
faked it.
But I didn't have a ring with me. So
but you made me one.
I made you a ring, out of a hibiscus flower.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Go ahead.
So that was your proposal and getting together. What stage of life or stage of your relationship do you sort of see that you're in currently?
I don't know. The like fun one? I don't know. I mean, we're parenting.
Yeah.
So we have a kid.
And
I mean, I feel
we're
like
in the meat of it.
Well, but I mean, I'll often just like talk about us as like a well-oiled machine. Like it feels like we have been working on our relationship since it started.
Yeah.
Talking about things. I had done a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat just before I met him. Like
she was very zen.
And it really helped because I didn't let all the like my normal patterns or ways that I would lose myself because I would be afraid to lose him or no, I just was me. I was like just me 100%. And so if something bothered me or I was upset or whatever, I would come and I would say, hey, this is my problem, but I need you to know about it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't put anything on him that he was doing wrong or it was his fault in any way. Because also a lot of times he would say, can you actually invite me in sooner to like the stuff you're working on? Because I could maybe help. And I was like, I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I'm fine. I mean, I don't think I even admitted that I need him until like 3 years ago. So
how'd that feel when she told you that she actually needed you?
Oh, great. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think that was always, her needing to be fully autonomous and stuff was always kind of like a little bit of a block, right? A little wall that was there. And definitely that conversation when she was like, oh, this is better with you. This is easier with you. It was really opening. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like we're already going into the relationship depth segment, which is okay. Like my little OCD brain is like, but hang on, we're still in the fun zone.
Yeah, I'll take a fun question.
I want to ask this. What is like your couple's superpower? Just reflecting on everything since like 2009. Would you say like your couple's superpower is?
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe something around like not letting anything, like, I don't know. We never leave anything.
We always
stuck.
we always clear the
it.
air.
Yeah.
Nothing goes unsaid.
Yeah, even the little stuff, it's kind of like we just acknowledge it. Like, oh, that was a thing. Not that it needs to be a discussion or we have to like solve it. It's just we name it.
Yeah.
So like full transparency really is like your couple's superpower.
Yeah, it's like, if like I'm mean or something to him, which happens very rarely.
Hint, hint, sarcasm.
Is
You get to name it.
Yeah, and he was,
and I get to
not let me get away with it, right? It's like, I mean, but not that I have to like. It doesn't become a big issue, but we talk about it.
It was like until she admitted that she needed me, it was also there was also a block with like, or and it's still like I think one of her challenges is the I'm sorry.
Oh, I apologize.
Like that was a big word for her. And so we definitely came up with ways of her being able to acknowledge that, her place in that without having to say, I'm sorry. I come from a family of I'm sorry is like, very easy. So
what does sorry mean to you? Like what's the way in which you were able to frame it that felt good?
Well, it doesn't feel good. It's still hard. No, but I think the way I think about it now is like, well, what can I take responsibility for? Mm-hmm. And then once I know what I'm taking responsibility for, then the apology is easy to follow. Yeah. But I remember laying next to him after some upset. It was years ago, but like having to work up I don't know what I guess courage and get myself out of the way to just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I
it's
did
an
that.
Emotional risk for you.
Yeah.
I heard something recently and it kind of like it's parallel and but it's just like the importance of language and how like they were talking about, in this case, they were talking about the word sin and how it's, kind of brings up negative connotations. And they were talking about the derivation of sin is actually from archery and it's just missing the mark. And I kind of see that in sorry a little bit of like, it's an acknowledgement of like, I just kind of missed the mark there.
Yeah.
But language, like, I think there are certain things that are just like hard to say because sorry does feel kind of like, sorry, like to me means like it feels like dopey or something,
Like you're admitting that you did something wrong.
Like I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry means I'm like, it's a
something's
negative
wrong with me.
Something's wrong with me versus, action, what I
that
did.
Behavior.
I don't like what I did. I can take accountability that hurt you.
Well, I used to try to get around it by like saying things like that. Like I can acknowledge, yes, my behavior was yucky or what I said was not nice. Yes. But for him, it wasn't enough. Like he needed.
Sorry was very meaningful.
Yeah,
to you
his
versus
cultural experience in his family. Like,
yeah,
it was a culture
he needed that, and I really tried to not have to say it.
But it brings up a good point, right, about like language, and it's like that same word it just holds totally different weight and meaning, really, or like effect, I should say, not meaning, but effect for different people, just based on that background.
Yeah. All right, so can we take go a little bit deeper here?
I was going to say, would it be okay to like maybe talk about one of the hardest seasons you guys have faced together and just how you grew together as a couple and also individually from that? And again, you don't have to share if you don't want to.
Fall tends to be sorry.
I was like,
the summer in
last
Arizona
Monday.
Is really hell. Summer in Tucson.
2 weeks ago Monday.
No. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Was it particularly challenging?
I don't know that there was like a season, like a time period where like we just where everything was just hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
I guess
I
it's
feel
still
like
coming, right? I don't know.
right.
So what do you attribute that to then?
I think
the
work going back to like,
This is more preventative care for all of our listeners.
From the very beginning of our relationship, we have talked about everything. And I never made it his fault.
Did I ever make it your fault?
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, because I don't have a tendency to assume that responsibility.
Right.
Where you do. Right? Like you have like he would, if I was upset, he would be constantly looking to be like, what did I do wrong? And
I got a little of that.
I loved that he did that. But I also was like, but you don't need to take that responsibility.
Yeah.
And so it made me feel like really valued because he was taking that on. But it's also, not always the healthiest, right?
Right.
It's sort of like, it wasn't, I didn't want him thinking he was wrong all the time, but.
Yeah.
Or that he
and
had
my
to
work has
caretake
been
you.
the opposite, right? It's like being like, it wasn't my fault, even though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's stuff that we've definitely worked a lot on lots of things. Like I would say the most we've had to work on is our sexual relationship. That was like a lot of healing had to happen for me, and he was very supportive. But that's probably been the most constant, like, hard thing.
And how do you guys like navigate it when the feelings feel intense or it feels difficult? How do you manage that together? Because this is where a lot of couples, Leanne's also a couples therapist too. Like that's when couples have a really hard time when they're experiencing something that feels distressing or intolerable. They have a really hard time navigating that together.
Mm-hmm.
They usually avoid those conversations. So, how do you guys manage that? Because it feels like it's very healthy that you've created a lot of emotional safety and have grown individually for the sake of the couple in awesome ways.
Yeah.
So how do you guys manage it?
I'd say, part of it is like, because we don't leave things unsaid, then the more you have the conversation, the easier it is. But at the same time, there's definitely periods, especially when we're kind of a little bit in autopilot, where we don't have it as much or as deeply. And then coming back and finding that space is challenging. And I think there's definitely periods where, kind of the one person who's struggling with something will, have to kind of work up that courage again and be like, okay, I want to have that conversation. Or the other person will be like, kind of call them out and be like, so it's obvious something's bothering you.
Yeah.
Let's have it out.
There's nothing wrong with me.
So there is definitely like, again, back to that, like not letting anything go. And if that means that one of us is going like, well, what is it? What's in there?
Yeah.
Like, let's figure it out together.
So you guys don't give up on it. Like you're constantly like encouraging each other to talk about whatever that is. Or what about when emotions are high? Like maybe if you're more triggered or in a highly dysregulated state, like how do you handle that, Aaron, and vice versa?
I feel like we just take space for a second. Like,
usually one of us is able to kind of.
We just like go away for a little bit and then stay out of your head about it and like angry fold laundry or clean or, whatever. And then at some point we come back together.
So who's most likely to bridge the gap and come back, or is it pretty balanced?
I think it's pretty balanced.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Do you guys have different styles of trying to come back after a fracture?
I think I'll sometimes like look at him and like laugh, like if we were in a fight, I'll be like, especially if I was the one that was wrong, I'll just be like, and like get in his face and laugh or something, and he'll try. I'll be like, it's not funny.
Love it.
It's not funny, and I'm like, and
what's your style?
I'm probably more just like direct and conversational about it. And I don't know, like, just words.
Yeah, you'll come in and just like it would let me know what you were thinking.
Yeah.
How you, wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Does your like, because a lot of times, especially guys who are like engineers, which we've seen a lot over the years, does the way you solve problems at work come into play in how you solve problems in your relationship?
Not real. I would say the opposite. I would say I will bring techniques at home to the office more so.
That's probably way more functional.
Yeah, because I am kind of two different, or I was, I should say, I've kind of grown into more cohesive person, but the at least in the beginning, like I'm a different person at work than at home.
Yeah, it was actually go ahead with
COVID.
During COVID, when we then shared an office, I would listen to him on these meetings with his coworkers and bosses and stuff, and I'm like, who is that man?
Do you have a minor in psychology?
I was like, what? Because he was like totally different. And
like in what way?
A lot more assertive, and powerful, and like.
Do you crave that in you guys' relationship, that assertiveness from him?
Yeah. I mean, and he's definitely, like you said, grown into that. Because I remember telling him at some point, I was like, you need to fight me.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me get away with some of this.
You're assertive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm not telling you anything you're surprised by.
Yeah. I'm like, don't let me get away with some of this naughty stuff I'm doing. Like, you need to like stand up to me and like fight back. And I was like, and it won't be pretty. Like, I won't take it well. I won't be a soft place for you to practice. It's like, but because I needed him to like stand up, challenge me, like, and he does now, and I'm like, like,
well, you know what?
That Pat Benatar song, "Love is a Battlefield."
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is this: that like, right? Because you guys are obviously like an awesome model of secure attachment, right? And how I define that is just like I'm able to be whoever I need to be, and it's okay, whether it's imperfect, and so you got to see this part of Aaron, his assertiveness in a different role. So you knew it was a part of him. Mm-hmm. So you are helping him become his best self with the two of you, which so many people are afraid of, that like, oh my gosh, if I show that part of me, they're not going to want me anymore. I mean, there's a reason for you that it took a few years for you to say like, I need you.
Yeah.
So I love that you're that model of it and that you guys are helping each other become your best selves together. It's very clear. Mm. It really is.
All right, I got a good one, and this is like our audience loves this type of stuff.
Oh, yes.
How do you stay emotionally connected in times that are chaotic, like when things are busy, when life is throwing a lot at you? How do you stay connected?
Do you want to think? Okay, yeah. I think we definitely make it a point to connect, like sit down with each other like once a week, and like just see. I'm like, sometimes we'll sit down at that moment and look at each other, and I'm like, oh, hi. Okay, oh, there you are.
Yeah,
like I haven't seen you all week, right? Like seen you, even though like we're living, we're doing life together, but it's like, oh wow, I haven't sat with you. And so we've had that since the beginning of our relationship as well, as like, we know that this is hard and that making an intentional effort to connect is important. And so we do that.
Is that structured or is that organic?
Both.
Yeah, it's just structured.
Mostly structured, yeah.
Structured.
What does that look like? Tell people like what does that structure look like?
So we've been in this program for couples since we got married. And we are, paired actually with another couple, and we meet with them weekly. And so that is the moment that we sit with each other and like we have a declaration and we have intention and projects for that quarter. So that is definitely what is
structured check-in.
Structure, accountability
couple. You have an accountability couple in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has kept us out of autopilot a ton.
That.
Yeah.
Like, can we do our declaration for them?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to hear our declaration
we
for this
do.
quarter?
This is our quarter here. So.
Okay.
Oh, let me turn because I
No, you don't.
tweak my back.
Okay.
Tweak.
Let me think of it. Oh yeah. Okay. We
revel
in the
okay.
straight.
We just got it, so it's only like 3 or 4 days ago.
We revel in the blossoming of our love. Oh, and our life.
And our love.
That's silly.
I like the physical connection there too.
Yeah. So I mean, I would attribute 95% of our success as a couple to that program. To that check-in, to that accountability, to that.
Well, having a structure, right? Having some guidance and doing what a lot of people count on happening just organically.
Well, and exactly, because I love that you guys are here sharing all these successes. And we are going to kind of get a little bit into the intimacy piece because I think listeners would love that. But that it is okay to have scheduled quality time or to have a program where you're being held accountable, because so many couples feel like, oh, if we need that, then we're broken and we shouldn't even be together. And it's like, no, I mean, the more preventative work EJ and I can put out there in the world, that all of us can do is like huge, because couples get to this point where they feel so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just swallow the pride thing or whatever that expectation is, and know that like it's just all skills based. And the more accountability we can have and structure, like it's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, before we found this program that we do.
See, I remember this part better though, but go ahead.
Oh, you can.
I was going to say, we were driving. I had a conference for grad school. I was presenting in California, and we were on the road, and we were in the middle of the desert, and we were talking about how do we structure our check-in?
Well, yeah.
And we were talking about on the back of our ketubah, our wedding license, Hebrew wedding license, we were going to write questions that we were going to ask each other and check in with every year and every 6 months and every 3 months. And like have that regular check-in, and then Leanne was looking for
couples
to be. She was working on being a couples coach at the time, and found couples coach couples, and then it was like, oh, we do this every week now. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we don't have to figure that out now.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like the check-in that we have at Relationship Renovation. It's like, this is important. This is the backbone of our relationship, is the intentionality that we have to coming together and talking about all the things that we need to talk about.
And you're building the new routine of it. So it's just like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
Well, it's like nobody. Go ahead. I was just saying, nobody would scoff at like you go to an annual checkup, right? For your body, for your doctor. You go to the doctor. Preventative maintenance.
Regular
or like
teeth
a kid goes to
every
basketball practice, he has it 4 times a week, he becomes better at it.
Yeah.
In couples, it's like, having some sort of a structure gives you the ability to practice it over and over and over. And inevitably, if there's accountability, like you guys talked about, inevitably you get better at it. That muscle gets stronger, And it's awesome because you guys have clearly built some pretty strong muscles around supporting a healthy relationship. So let's get into the fun stuff.
Spicy.
Because you shared a little bit ago, Leanne, like one of the biggest, I don't want to say challenges, difficulties is just like that intimacy piece of it. So just and this is, we work with couples and it's like 99.9% of them struggle with intimate connection, whether that's emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, the whole thing, right? It's together in it. But how has it evolved over time? And then how have you guys created emotional safety to be patient within that process? Yeah. I know that's a big question.
That didn't feel very spicy. I'm just kidding.
Well, the next question is more spicy.
All right.
That feels like there's a lot, right? Like, and it's constantly unfolding. And I mean, we have been talking about how we do sex and physical intimacy since the beginning too. Because if there were things that were up for me that I needed, that I had, oh my gosh, I just think about all the things. Like, I don't know if I can break that down in 5 minutes.
How about, was there like, right, when you guys first got together, was like there a higher desire partner, low desire partner? Did it change? Was it something you guys talked about or didn't talk about?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, go ahead if you want to share some, and
I would say I've always been the higher desire partner.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like acknowledging that and being like, okay, there's just a difference there, and that we're gonna try to figure out how to make that work for both of us.
Right.
And the healing that she mentioned that we needed to help her through, offers more like opportunity for me to be like, okay with me not necessarily getting, all of my desires fulfilled
from you. Right. Cause there's like this is the most recent development, I would say, is like he's really taken ownership of his own sexual needs and desires. Like sometimes my body is available, but he has 2 hands.
Yeah.
So he's always welcome to use them.
But what I'm hearing, which is so important, and I think all of us know this who've worked with couples, is like when somebody in the relationship's needs aren't getting met, there can be that anger and that resentment. And then intimacy turns into this like huge cloud of like anxiety and tension. And it
was that.
Yeah,
like it wasn't that it was always either, but there was like this ebb and flow of like.
Well, that you guys have come together to make some sort of compromise around expectations and needs on an individual level, like, hey, Aaron's gotten really good at knowing how to take care of his own needs, desires, like, and my body's also available. But can you say more about that? Like, is there someone who initiates more? Is it okay for both of you to initiate? Do you guys have those types of conversations with each other?
Yeah, and it's changed so much, even over the last few years, like that it has to be a constant conversation because, like, or I would say it even changes weekly.
Yeah.
Because just depending on what's happening in our lives and what's happening in her body. And, there's those opportunities for.
I would say if we're thinking about this, as Tarah, when you asked me that question, I was like, oh my gosh, what are all the things we've done? And it's like, we did a tantric workshop 8 years ago. And so then that was like its own healing and its own process. And I just remember like crying a lot through that and just like how, when they talk about going to a pelvic floor specialist and sometimes they help, like, I was like, release like the trauma that you hold.
Yeah.
Like you did that. Like that workshop like guided us through like moving some really big stuff for me. But it's like, and it's been a constant journey. And, if you ask like, well, how does he hold that space or how do you, we're brutally honest with each other too. Like, I remember at some point I had to share with him, like, when you come to kiss me, like, it's like, I get like a repulsive ness from it. And he's like, yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
well, thank you for naming it. Like in some ways, like I'm not crazy.
Right. And he's like, yeah, I could tell that. And so, but he could hold that, you know what I mean? Like, and that's like the most amazing gift is he's been able to hold all of my honesty. And so it's made it easy for me to like be able to like share my truth.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's real and this is happening. I can't change this.
Yeah.
And if I hide it or push past it, then I'm not honoring my body and I have to honor my body.
I think like the important thing for couples to hear, and I don't think they get it until they've experienced it over a long period of time, is that those difficult discussions and those problems that almost seem unsolvable at times, or they take a very long time, that actually maintains the connection to get through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you have those, I mean, we've had the same, like years of like of difficult moments and difficult talks and hearing things you don't totally want to hear. Actually is what got us to where we're at and to where we can tolerate the fluctuation, because it's going to continue to fluctuate. That's the thing, is sexual relationship, as our bodies change, our hormonal cycles change, both of us, our just age, injuries, kids, like all of it, it's constantly changing. And if we're constantly talking about it on some level, or at least have an awareness of it, that maintains the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Well, I feel like but I just want to close that loop. Yeah. Because like after I shared that with him, we took kissing off the table. We're like, let's just not kiss. And then all of our like interactions were like way more arousing. You know, he'd kiss my neck, or like he wouldn't kiss me. He's like, no, you don't want to kiss me, fine. I won't kiss you. But it wasn't like a punishment. He was like, kiss my neck and my ears. And like, I was like, oh, that's nice. So it did exactly what you're saying. Like I shared a really, really, really hard truth. He held it, didn't let it. I mean, I'm sure.
I was going to say, you make it sound like I'm some sort of superpower hero.
Buddha?
But yeah. I would say the biggest thing that like for me to hold that was like, well, I could hold it and like offer, you know, the opportunity for us to move through it and grow, or I could get super angry or defensive or like, you know, repulsed by that and make our lives really hellish. And so it was like, for me, I mean, it's like, yes, I want to hold that space and create that space for her, but it was also a little bit of like self-preservation or self.
Well, and there's a process around that, because when I think of like similar dynamics, I think of like, you know, she's sharing that information with you. So Tarah like shares that and I take it. And then my initial thing is I shove it way down, you know, because I don't know what to do with it, or I don't want to react in a shitty way. But then it's like a slow, for me at least, like bringing it back up and processing it a little bit. And then eventually, hopefully coming to her and being like, you know, because I think it's important to tell the audience, it's not like, it doesn't sound like for you, it was like this seamless thing where she told it to you and you're like, oh, that's fine. I'll just kiss your ears from now on.
Yeah. Sounds like a great. No, yeah,
I love hearing that from you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like, okay, well, I'm not going to react to this because that would be bad. That wouldn't go well.
I even see that look in your eyes where it's just, it's shocking to hear stuff like that. Even if you know it, even if like you sense it, still hearing your partner say it, it's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
What do I do with that?
Yeah.
Aaron, are you ready to change your career after this? All these people like, I need coaching from Aaron on how to not react to like very honest truth. Are you ready for that? Can people reach out to you?
I was working on my consulting job now that I'm in phase transition here.
Okay, this is a kind of to wrap up the spicy section. Do you have like a signal or a code, or like what's the way that you communicate to each other when you're feeling amorous,
frisky.
when you're frisky?
Also has changed over the years.
Yeah. I mean, we used to schedule it. So it used to be every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
As we said, sexy Shabbat.
Yeah.
I love that. Sexy Shabbat.
But then that kind of like, it worked for a very long time for us, but then it started to feel like that obligation in my body. And so we had to take a break from that. Now, I mean,
there was a phase where it was like, if she closed the bedroom door, because most of the time we were sleeping with the bedroom door open. So she closed the door.
It's like a sign.
Because like kid
down
the hall.
Okay, I'll stop.
But that's changed now.
Yeah, I took that away because I actually like the door closed because there's less light in the room. So I was like, well, this is not a signal.
Just keep making it new.
Just keep
I
the
love
light
the
out
novelty,
here.
Leanne.
Just keep the light
You're
out.
confusing me again. Mixed messages.
Yeah.
You guys are killing
That
me.
reminds me of like a Pavlov, Pavlov dog. The door
for sure.
closes and starts salivating.
Yeah, but it's like,
But now we're changing.
but now we're changing it.
You're really messing with the dog in me.
I think there's like a
I've got a song in it's a Snoop Dogg song, Messing with the Dog. Okay, I'll stop.
That's good. I think there's like a look.
For you, right?
Right. Yeah. We like, he's like, oh, I always initiate. I was like, no, you don't. You just don't know when I'm initiating.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like I just send vibes to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, that actually literally happens. Like, I could just be in the bed and I could just be like vibing towards him. And then he'll be like, hey, what's up?
Like you guys feel the energetic field.
I don't know. I think they're varied right now.
that's been a lot of the discussions that we've had around our sexual relationship has been, initiation and and stuff, because just because that's the biggest hurdle of initiating and then creating that space.
Yeah. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just pulling it back to something you talked about earlier, which is you really like assertiveness with them. Mm-hmm. And that would be an interesting thing of
but not in bed.
But but that might be confusing around initiation, because it's it would be because I've heard that talked about also in circles around male, sort of male heterosexual relationships now, of women craving assertive men, but then when it comes to intimacy, struggling with that part of them that would be assertive. And so you guys don't have to go deep into it or anything, but I could see I personally could see I could get confused there of where am I assertive and where am I not assertive?
Yeah, conditions.
And when am I assertive and when am I not assertive?
Mm-hmm.
And be predictable, but don't be predictable.
Yeah, surprise me, but not too much.
Relationships aren't easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
And don't take that as a sign for the next time, because that's going to be totally different.
It's going to be different next time.
These are all true statements.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I think that's probably less CCC and more your ability to be flexible and open.
That acro yoga.
Yes.
Has helped you.
Yeah.
It all started
We're
there.
Predictably unpredictable.
Flexibility.
All right. We want to end with a few very heart-centered takeaways for people.
Yeah.
All right. You want to ask the first question, T?
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for sharing that process and building emotional safety around something that can be really difficult for many people, because sexual intimacy is the most vulnerable topic and not a lot of people talk about it. So just being models in that way, that it's okay and that you guys have developed systems that work for you. Yeah. I think so many people are so scared to do that. So just putting it out there and taking that emotional risk, on global podcast is pretty awesome.
Oh, wait, this is being recorded?
And there's I feel like we barely scratched the surface on all the work that we did with our sex. And it was a lot of work.
We could do part 2 if y'all are.
I think that just knowing that we have been working on it for 12 years.
Yeah.
And it's still
more. And it's before we were married.
Yeah, and it's still a work in progress. We are, I think, finding a really cool groove right now. But there was, periods of no sex, months and months, and but there was always communication about it. We were always talking about it, and it was always working, and it was not always easy. And I feel like it's hard to really put it in a nutshell, but
I will say
it was
that
a lot.
With your continued communication, regardless of what's happening or not happening, it's trust that it will never just not be looked at. So that, because EJ and I share the same thing, but we know that we have to talk about it because it's really important. So it's that trust that we'll be able to get through whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
hard conversations don't get easier.
So, couples come to this show because they're working on their relationship, and you guys, just through listening to this, are a great role model. You've done a lot of things that really helped you get through difficult times and just evolve yourselves as individuals, as a couple. So, the person listening, that you're hey, this is the advice we'd give you. This is if you want to be connected to your partner, if you want to get through difficult times, if you want to be intimately connected, this is the advice we have.
There's one phrase that comes to mind, and it's actually the title of a game we used to play. Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Right.
I love that. That's a great.
I love that.
The less you talk, the more the pressure builds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That could be the title of this episode. Sorry.
You might have to copyright infringement.
I don't know. Yeah. I think that kind of what Tarah was just summarizing just before you asked that question is what it is. It's like trusting, knowing that this is important enough to talk about everything, right? Like this is everything, but it's
worth talking about.
It's worth talking about. It's fruitful, and to be honest, to be like, because if we try to share without being brutally honest in a kind way, in a non-blaming way. Yeah, like taking responsibility for your part, but sharing your truth at all times. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like, and the intentionality we have around building a beautiful relationship.
I love what you sort of role modeled today, and that at times you're like, hey, we haven't had like a major season, of disruption. And you've talked about talking about stuff consistently, but you've also really reinforced that it's been really difficult at times.
Yeah.
And it's
a work in
and there
progress
has been
always.
pain and it has been clunky, and you haven't always done it perfect. It's not like it's not Pollyanna-ish. It's like we've put a lot of work into it, but that doesn't mean it's been easy work. But it's been really clearly worth it. Like you guys seem like a lovely couple. You guys seem like you're, you enjoy each other. You laugh. Your hands touch throughout. Like you could just see that you're happy together, and that's just awesome.
Yeah.
And also, another big thing is just acknowledgments.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just
appreciation,
being able to express acknowledgement for the other person's
things,
everything.
Things. I mean, we'll do acknowledgments frequently, often the weekly check-in, and it's like, I acknowledge you for going to work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, that's so simple. You're supposed to go to work, but I also really appreciate that you go to work. Yeah. Right? And I acknowledge you for putting the dishes away and all the things. Can I share one more thing?
Absolutely.
Please.
Well, there was just like a funny story that I think about often, because like when we're talking about apologies and all this stuff, and like how hard it's been, and it's not easy. We don't always do it perfectly. Like I remember being in a fight or like an upset, and me trying to apologize looked like, well, I'm sorry, that's your trigger. And like, because that's where I was at in the moment. I was like, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry you have that trigger, and he's like, yeah, no, that's not. He's like, I think he said something to the effect of, well, that's really shitty, but it's like, so it's not, yeah, we don't have a season. It's been hard, but we know that it's worth it. And that's, I think, the part, and we forgive a lot. Yeah. I don't get held responsible for that bad behavior for the rest of my life.
No, and I love that. It reminds me of Dr. Stan Tatkin's work in Each Other's Care. Yeah. Like, your trigger is our trigger, right? I might have like handled that not in my best way, but we're willing to go through that and heal that and forgive that so we can move on. Yeah. Well, I feel like the best way to wrap this up is kind of how we do it in our couple sessions too. But first of all, thank you for being here. But just an appreciation, look at each other and just one thing that you really appreciate about the other person.
Who's going first?
I don't care. Do you want to go? You want me to go? I mean, I can go. Yeah.
You go.
I acknowledge you for your ability to be flexible and to hold me and my truth all the time. It's really, I think, what's made me feel safe and be able to keep coming to you with my truth, is that kindness and that space of like just acceptance of like, yeah, with whatever's going on for me, you've always done that, and it has, made our relationship what it is today.
I acknowledge you for always speaking your truth and creating a space for me to speak my truth, and continually helping keep us focused on growth and movement to being more powerful, both individually and as a couple.
Yeah.
Our first couple in the couple's hot seat, you guys have. This was
You've
amazing.
exceeded expectations.
Yes. If any listeners out there have any questions or need any plugins, just reach out and we will get back to you. We might even want to plug in certain things that you guys said or.
Yeah. And if you're a couple who would like to be on the hot seat, feel free to reach out to us as well. That's always kind of cool. And we do appreciate your reviews, comments. Please give us 5 stars. Please tell somebody about the podcast. It just helps us get the word out. And thank you for listening. And thank you guys for being here. It's
what
a
great example of secure attachment, truly, and just transparency in relationships. So thank you for being here. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.